Next category is angiosperms. In this category, pollen grains plus ovules lead to formation of specialized structures known as flowers. That's why angiosperms are also known as flowering plants. They are of two types, dicotyledons and monocotyledons. These is to be differentiated on the basis of cotyledons present in the seed. In case of dicotyledons, two cotyledons are present, and in case of monocotyledons, one cotyledon is present. They are of medicinal importance. They provide food, fodder, fuel, etc. They are of great importance to us. In this angiosperm, male sex organ is known as stamen, which is further having anther, and female sex organ is pistil, which is having ovary. Anther gives pollen, the male gametophyte, and ovary gives ovule, the female gametophyte. Let us understand the life cycle of angiosperms through this diagram. You will see that pollen gets into the pistil, and once it reaches the pistil, pollen tube starts to form. This pollen tube then reaches down the style to ovule and fertilization takes place. This pollen tube discharges two male gametes. One male gamete fertilizes or fuses with the egg to form zygote, and other male gamete fuses with diploid secondary nucleus to give pen, primary endosperm nucleus, which is required for the nourishment of the embryo. Zygote further gives embryo, and this pen provides nourishment and nutrient to the embryo. When this whole process or life cycle is taking place, ovules get converted into seeds and ovary get converted into fruit. This is all about angiosperms. Plant life cycles and alteration of generation. As you know, plants can be haploid or diploid. Haploid plants divide through mitosis, and similarly zygote so formed undergo mitosis to give diploid sporophyte. This alteration of generation or this phenomenon is known as alteration of generation in plants. According to this phenomenon, as you can see in diagram also, there are three types of life cycles exhibited by plants. These are haplontic, diplontic, haplodiplontic. In haplontic life cycle, the dominant photosynthetic phase is represented by free living gametophyte. In case of diplontic, diploid sporophyte is dominant and is represented by photosynthetic phase, which is independent, or diploid sporophyte is dominant phase and photosynthetic phase is independent. In case of haplodiplontic, dominant independent photosynthetic phase is represented by haploid gamete or is represented by diploid sporophyte. In this haplodiplontic, what happens? Dominant independent photosynthetic phase is represented by haploid gamete, and on the other end diploid sporophytic phase is represented by dominant independent photosynthetic phase. So, you can see both the phenomena are coming. So, this is plant life cycles and what is or how the phenomenon of alterations of generations is observed.